Okay, good. Okay, let me see what we got here. We got some questions to round off this evening. Okay, I really like what I saw on Radius tonight. I can see it as a big help on my research. Yes, of course. And then what was the Stacy? Oh yeah, was that stacyrossetti.com/flash sale, SALE, flash dash sell, SALE. All right, so hopefully Ariel Lynn's on here. I'm not sure, she might not be on. Let me see if I can do that. Actually, try this link and see if this works. stacyrossetti.com/sell. Hopefully it works. I had a meeting today with my team and they said it was going to work, so I hope it works. Okay. Would it be cheaper to build a new fourth site instead of buying these other two? I mean, I would really look at that, honestly. Obviously, the thing with building is that it's just so time consuming and it takes forever, right? You can't just build something anymore, right? So now in these little tiny tertiary areas, like if you wanted to build something in Americus, they'd be like, sure, go ahead. There might be a little bit of restrictions, but not much, right? I've noticed, like, that's why I like also these little tiny towns. And the truth is like, in those areas, it calls for a new storage facility. I mean, essentially there's 30,000 people in a 10-mile radius, and there's only like 100,000, people in that, 100,000 square feet in that area. That's like 3 square feet per capita. And typically, like, you want to be under 8. So you have a whole spread that you can build on, right? So if you want to do new construction, and I'm telling you, there is not enough storage facilities in the tertiary markets. Now, primary markets, you don't want to be building in, you don't want to be doing that. Let the big wigs do that. Secondary markets in the burbs, right? In the burbs, it's like, it's too hard, too expensive, too much work. And then they all have all these rules about building. And it's just, I say secondary markets that are like cities that are by themselves, like Columbus, Georgia, or Augusta, Georgia, or Albany, or Americus, or, all these different towns, like Valdosta. That's where I'm investing in. That's where I'm investing, is these types of people. And once you get into those markets and really look at them, you see players like me. You see, like, the ones that are like, they understand the market. The secondary market is where they can be. And sometimes us little players, we understand that the tertiary market is where we want to be. And maybe eventually we'll get to the secondary market, but maybe not. Who cares? All right. Let's see. What is the minimum number of units to look for that would be worth making money on? Well, so talk to Luther, which I thought, he told me, he has a great story. He's a student, that's one of our students, and he got out, start talking to owners. He lives in Alabama, and he's going to all these little tiny towns in Alabama. And essentially he found somebody that was like, look, I don't want to sell my facility. I just want to get it off my property. Would you be interested in just like taking it apart, and then you can have it and just take it with you? And so essentially this guy is going to give him this property for very minimal. He said, you could have it. You could just charge, I think it was like $10,000 for 36 units. Okay. And he's like, just take it. If you can undo it and then find a place to rebuild it, you can have it for 10 grand. I mean, 3,600 square feet, right? It's at $35 a square foot. I think that was like $75,000 if I counted correctly. Let's do that math. Okay. 70, oops, clear. 3,600 times 35, $126,000 to build 3,600 square feet. Okay. And so, like, so this guy is just like, I don't want it on my land. Would you be interested in taking it off? And then you could put it wherever you want. So now he's going to go and buy a piece of property for 10 or 20 grand and build this facility and put it up and do it himself, or maybe get his family to do it or whatever. And that's a good deal. All right. So that's like, because you're getting it at such a cheap rate. But like, if you're going to go out and build 3,600 square feet of space or whatever it is, like, you just don't, like, for $125,000, it's just going to take you a long time to pay that off. is what I'm saying. And so like, you have to know that like 36 units is like, or 3,600 square feet is just like, it's a small project that costs money, and it's going to take a longer time to pay it off, right? So your buy and hold time on that is going to be a very long time. All right. So, you know, 3,600 square feet or 36 units or under 50 units is just really, it's hard to make a lot of money on. But you could also do what we do, and then you could buy a whole bunch, and you could do a whole bunch of little tiny ones everywhere, and then create this like mini portfolio. And then if you have 200 or 300 units, that's worthwhile, right? Okay.